Hey everybody, I'm Ken. This is Becky. Welcome to our channel, The Adventures of Ken and Becky.
So a few weeks ago, it was a Sunday, we decided to just go out and take a drive through northwest Illinois and southern Wisconsin. We had no schedule, there was no rush. We just decided to see where the road would take us, and we're going to take you along for the trip.
Thanks. Enjoy the ride. Welcome to Byron, Illinois, a small town with a big heart that's nestled along the banks of the Rock River. As we cruise down Black Hawk Drive, you're going to get a real sense of what makes Byron special. This main street through town isn't just a road, it's a thread that ties the community together. To the right, you'll catch glimpses of locally owned shops, cafes, and businesses that give Byron its charm. Many of these have been run by the same families for generations. Keep an eye out for the historic Byron Museum of History and the Byron Public Library. Both community favorites that offer more than just books or exhibits, they're gathering places for learning and connection. This town might be known for the Byron nuclear plant just outside the city limits, but what really defines it is the people, welcoming, hardworking, and proud of their town's roots and future. Black Hawk Drive leads you right into the heart of the community, where the school pride runs deep, Friday night lights draw a crowd, and everyone knows your name. So whether you're just passing through or you've been here a lifetime, Byron always feels a little bit like home. As we leave Byron, Illinois, we're headed down Illinois Route 2 toward Oregon, Illinois. This is one of the most beautiful drives in all of northern Illinois. It actually stretches from Rockford, Illinois all the way to Dixon. If you'd like to see a full, non-time-lapse version of that drive, let us know in the comments and we'll be happy to film one.
Illinois Route 2 into Oregon, Illinois, you're following one of the oldest transportation corridors in the state, the path of the Rock River, once used by Native American tribes, fur traders, and early settlers. This stretch of highway closely mirrors those early travel routes, hugging the river's eastern bank as you approach town. Oregon was founded in the early 1830s and became the county seat of Ogle County. As you enter the town, the presence of history is unmistakable. The Ogle County Courthouse, built in 1891, dominates the town square with its Richardsonian Romanesque design, limestone arches, and a clock tower that has kept time for over a century. Driving through the center of town on Route 2, you pass a downtown largely preserved in early 20th century form. Brick commercial buildings, many dating to the 1880s and 1890s, line the streets. Signs for law offices, cafes, and hardware stores sit beneath pressed tin cornices and second-story windows, a reminder that Oregon was once a vital river town and remains a working county seat. Leaving Oregon behind, Route 2 continues to trace the Rock River's edge. The road is scenic, but in Oregon it's more than that. It's a corridor through Illinois history where natural beauty and early midwestern development converge. Now we'll continue to head towards Dixon, Illinois. We're coming into Dixon, Illinois on Route 2, following the Rock River as it curves into town. At the light, we turn left onto Galena Avenue. Right away, we're in the heart of it. There's an archway overhead, a few flags lining the street, and we pass some antique shops. Nothing flashy, just solid small town spots that feel lived in. As we head up Galena, we're not in a rush. It's one of those towns where you feel you kind of naturally ease off the gas and just look around a little. We're heading out of Dixon now, driving north on Galena Avenue. This is Illinois Route 26. Downtown fades pretty quickly, and it's not long before we'll be back among wide cornfields and skies.
street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. Yeah. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it.
As we pull into Mount Carroll, the streets narrow, the sidewalks rise, and everything shifts into brick and limestone. It's the kind of town that feels like it hasn't changed too fast, just enough to keep its character intact. We'll ease into downtown here. It's a good spot to stretch, grab a bite, or just park and walk around a little bit.
It's taking over, it's about time. Oh, sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Roller coaster. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Roller coaster.
Good morning. We are in beautiful downtown Mount Carroll, Illinois. This is an area in northwestern Illinois called the Driftless area, where glaciers did not come through and make it the flat land that you think all of Illinois is. Right behind me is a monument to the abolishment of slavery. Give me just one moment and I'll pan around this downtown area. Hey again, we are now in downtown Stockton, Illinois, still in the driftless area where we just had lunch at Mud Run right across the street. It's a beer company. It's fantastic. What did you have?
So I had an absolutely phenomenal Baja rice bowl, which I would definitely recommend. And I had the Bourbon Stout, which is a vanilla bourbon stout. I tried to get a bomber of that, but it's nitro, so they can't do it. So I got a pumpkinilla to take home with me, which I'm really going to enjoy later.
I kept it pretty easy. I just went with a burger and fries as I am the driver. Don't want to get a little tipsy on that. I did pick up a t-shirt though. Straight out of their own mouths, Mud Run Beer Company is a Stockton, Illinois destination serving house brewed beers and mouth-watering barbecue since 2021. The last time we were here, I did have their barbecue. It was delicious. It is located in the heart of downtown. It is a brewery and restaurant and welcomes guests with a great atmosphere and delicious food and beer. They also have a venue. So if you are in Stockton, Illinois, and you need a place to have lunch or dinner, right there, Mud Run Beer Company. Bye. Okay, we are now in Wisconsin, in Mineral Point, Wisconsin. We have never been to this town before. We have stopped here to walk around a little bit. We are in front of the Mineral Point Masonic Lodge, #1, built in 1897. So we're going to check things out and see how it goes. Nice pottery store.
Buildings.
She's still open. When we come back through, we might have to
Stop in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at these. All these buildings are on the National Register of Historic Places.
Really?
Yeah. They've all
Oh yeah. Yeah. We are in New Glarus, Wisconsin. As you can hear, church bells are ringing. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, and there is a parade going through town. Down here is the parade. We're gonna head toward it, see what's going on. Looks like it's a Jeep parade of some kind. Oh, more than Jeeps.
The graduates there.
Looks like it's the graduates. See people lined up down the street down there. This poor person here thought that they were going to turn left. Again, we are in a top secret location just west of New Glarus, Wisconsin. So top secret that there is nobody here but us and about, 150 other people. On one side of this building is Bailey's Run Winery. On the opposite side is Whiskey Run Distillery. If in the area, you might want to check it out. She had a drink. I still gotta drive, so nothing for me.
And live music on the patio.
Yep.
Can't beat that.
On the other side of town, we won't be stopping there today, is New Glarus Brewery. Also, lots of good beer there.
Yep.
are in historic downtown Monroe, Wisconsin. Right behind us, Deadpool and the town square building. We're going to get a little walk around the whole town square, give you a flavor. Every other year they have a huge cheese festival here. That is very good, actually. Artist is Sarah Lewandowski.
Summerween. I'm glad I did. Glarus tasting room.
second grade in COVID. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. And you're having something? No.
Whatever that is to the hook is from Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Unless the hook was stolen too, who knows?
No, that's Stevie Wonder. That's him.
Okay, so it's yeah, Wild Wild West was taking that hook.
The horse. Whatever this summer weeding stuff was, I think we missed something fun.
Or it hasn't happened
Or
yet.
it hasn't happened yet.
we are back in Illinois. This is Durand, Illinois. We are in their little town square here, and it is time for dinner. I'm just going to swing around here real quick and let you get a quick shot of what downtown Durand looks like. Thanks for coming with us on our trip today. We hope that you liked our video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and let us know that you enjoyed it. Please comment in the comments section. We'd love to hear your thoughts and places that we might want to go as well. Any kind of videos you'd like us to see us do. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
We're already planning our next drive, so we'll be sure to take you along with us.
Bye.